You really only have two choices in life. You can suffer the pain of discipline today, or you can suffer the agony of regret for the rest of your life. And in this explainer, I'm going to show you how to choose your pain. So let's kick things off with this absolute truth from the personal development philosopher Jim Rohn. Look, this isn't about trying to avoid pain. It's about getting one thing straight. Pain is a non-negotiable part of being alive. The only real choice you have is which kind you're willing to accept. And that really begs the question, right? If one pain is temporary and actually leads to growth, and the other one is permanent and leads to just despair, why are so many of us so good at consistently picking the path that leads to that heavier, soul-crushing weight of regret? To figure that out, we have to start by tearing down a dangerous lie. It's a lie the modern world sells us every single day. This idea of a frictionless life. You know, the dream of comfort and ease and constant relaxation. It's not just unrealistic, it's a total trap. This right here captures the core illusion perfectly. We're sold this idea that comfort is our natural state, but the reality, biologically, psychologically, you name it, is that pain is unavoidable. You can choose the short-term pain of a brutal workout, or you can choose the long-term chronic pain of being weak and unhealthy. What you can't do is choose to have no pain at all. So why do we keep making the wrong choice? Well, it comes down to a really well-documented cognitive bias. It's called affective forecasting. And what that means, in simple terms, is that we are absolutely terrible at predicting how we're going to feel in the future. And this is the heart of the problem. Your brain magnifies the immediate discomfort of doing something hard, like dragging yourself out of bed early. And at the same time, it dramatically discounts the slow, agonizing, soul-crushing weight of a life filled with what-ifs. We are consistently messing up the calculation of the long-term emotional return on our actions. Okay, so let's get into how we can actually fix that faulty calculation. We can start by just reframing the math with a really powerful metaphor from, again, Jim Rohn. This lays it all out crystal clear. Think of discipline as an investment. It's a series of small, manageable payments that, they weigh ounces in the moment, but they build a future of strength and freedom. Regret, on the other hand, is a debt. It just compounds silently for years and years until it becomes this permanent, crushing burden that literally weighs tons. Let's make this super real. The discomfort of that alarm going off, it's sharp, it hurts, but it's over in like 10 minutes. But the psychological weight of waking up when you're 65, looking in the mirror, and realizing you never even tried to reach your potential, that is a slow, agonizing death of the soul that never, ever ends. We're trading temporary discomfort for a permanent hell. But what about those huge decisions? The ones that can change your entire life. For those, we need an even more powerful tool. So let's look at the psychological time machine Jeff Bezos built to make one of the biggest bets in business history. So picture this. It's the mid-90s. Bezos has a secure, super high-paying job on Wall Street. But he sees that internet usage is exploding, growing at 2,300% a year. He's at a crossroads. Play it safe, or go down the path of discipline. Immense risk, insane hard work, total uncertainty. To start an online bookstore. Staying safe was the path of potential regret. This is his regret minimization framework. It is a brilliantly simple exercise. By mentally traveling to his deathbed, he instantly cut through all the short-term noise. Losing his bonus, what his boss would think, the fear of failure. He focused only on what would truly matter over the course of an entire lifetime. And Bezos' insight here was just profound. The pain of trying something and failing is temporary. You recover from that. But the pain of not trying, of wondering what if for the next 40 or 50 years, he knew that was a permanent, haunting pain that he just couldn't live with. All right, let's move to our final framework. And this one isn't really a tool, it's more of a revelation. This idea, which was popularized by David Goggins, it reveals the ultimate, terrifying cost of choosing comfort and playing it safe. Just let that sink in for a second. This is a chilling thought experiment. It takes regret from being this abstract feeling and turns it into a terrifying face-to-face confrontation with your own wasted potential. Imagine that moment. This slide shows you the two paths. On one side, there's the you that chose the path of least resistance, Netflix, cheap dopamine, comfort. And on the other side, there's the ghost, the version of you who actually embraced the pain of discipline. Goggins frames this as a confrontation with the person you were mathematically supposed to become, a ghost that's gonna haunt you forever. So, okay, this is some powerful, maybe even terrifying stuff. But what do we do with it? How do we actually defeat that ghost and minimize regret in our day-to-day lives? Well, it starts by reframing what the fight actually is. See, the battle against regret isn't won in some single heroic moment. It's won or lost in the micro decisions. The choice to hit the snooze button, the choice to scroll on your phone instead of read a book, the choice to stay quiet when you should have spoken up. Every single tiny decision adds up, either to a ton of regret or to a life you can be proud of. So this is your toolkit. This is your arsenal. For the small, daily choices, you use Ron's calculus. For the big, life-altering decisions, you use Bezos' time machine. And for that ultimate motivation, when the pain of discipline feels too heavy, you summon Goggins' mirror, and you stare down the ghost of your own potential. Every single second, you are making a choice. You're either paying in ounces of discipline right now, or you're just adding to the tons of regret that you're gonna have to carry later. The clock is running, the choice is always yours.